Hey everyone, welcome back to our video series. Today we're going to talk about the importance of knowing your static water level. If you're looking at getting a hand pump, you're starting to do your research, getting to the point where you want to get a quote, understanding that level is very important. There's a couple reasons why. Water levels can change over time. So if your well report has a static water level and it was 5, 10, 15 years ago, a lot could have changed. That water level can change year to year. It can change seasonally. If there's more building happening in your area, if you have neighbors coming in, they're going to be pulling from that water table, which is going to bring that water level down. Now, the reason why you need to understand this is because that is the single most important measurement when configuring your hand pump. Because we need to know how deep to make it. The deep well hand pump has to be under the water. And in order for us to accurately get the number of pipe, we need to know what that number is. So what we recommend is that if you haven't gotten a measurement that was recent within a year or so, that you actually measure it. Now you can go to a professional. A well professional can come out and measure it. In some cases, you can measure it yourself. If you have access to your well, it's as simple as taking a fishing line, putting a weight on the bottom of it, a little bobber, and dropping it down until you get slack. Pull it back up, make sure there's water on the bobber to make sure that you actually got to the water, and then bring it up and then measure that distance. That will give you an accurate reading of where that water level is, so that you can make sure that you get your hand pump deep enough. The risk with not knowing that can be actually pretty severe, and we've seen examples where a customer had a measurement from years past, ordered their hand pump, and the water level dropped significantly, even below the level of which our hand pump can do. Which at that point, they've already got the hand pump, they've already tried to install it, they've installed it, realized it doesn't work, so now they can't necessarily return it. And now they have a hand pump that's already been installed that they're going to have to try and sell themselves. There are also sonic testers that are available to check that water level. We actually have them available here, so you can connect with us and we can ship it out to you. Ship it back to us after you use it to accurately determine your static water level. So really understanding that water level before you proceed into ordering a hand pump is very critical. We also see that our shipping costs are significant in regards to the length of the packages that we send because of the drop pipe. And let's say your water came up and you buy enough pipe where you have to have 2 tubes to be shipped. That can also increase your shipping costs, which would be outside of what you would have to do if you really knew what that water level was. The other thing that's significant is you look at our drive systems and you look at the different pumping cylinders that we have. They have different head limits. We may mistakenly quote you a bigger pumping cylinder that you can't use because your head is actually 50 feet deeper. So now you've got to again pull the system out, send back the cylinder, get a new cylinder. It just creates a lot of potential confusion and issues in regards to getting a solution that fits your well and the actual water level you have. So we definitely suggest that during the process of discovery, go get your water level measured if it isn't a recent measurement within the last year or so.